또 따로 이쪽은 Bagage, no read that took must go.
아호, 미치겠나? 앞에 있었어요. 우사지 거의 와 이리 봐, 거의 같이. 이거라, 정말야. 이리 좀 hearsay. 거의 과학가. 쏟아서 그 바람 비라. 아요, 쏟고. 말아서 그거. 쏟고 버리가 거의 이게 마시아이 그시가고 말이라지 이파하거든. 그치. 마사 베차. 베이소 저아이치오. 오늘 보고따 비오요라 파비 말아. 말이와 비오리 스포르시. 오늘 마하요. everyone 와우르. We also itu, oder schwabitkeit kuskusschwabit, manche Milliarden, das Stück kommt verstört. So, dass der Brick Wichtiger zusammen. Hey, ich war bei dem Stück, aber kann man sagen, Chile, aber ich sehe, du hast ja wie falsch gerade. Yourself go. Oh, there's no spot with that. It is. I don't think you get forced. There you go. I'll put you on. Who I also is that. Who's my guide? You put what I was at. Who does you get a church? Oh, yeah, you buy that. In mind, it's so good. 저거가 음식 미식과 그것이 실제로 엄마가 저거가 되겠구나. 그러기 해요. 이치노가 그것때 내용을 확인차 왕마로사 에게 이삭사 그거 그거 있었다. 나하고 스파브를 가보시거든. 한국에 거기 왔고 체스다 와야 이게 집과야. 체하고 나와라. 마음을 해봐. 잘 역시 이와 이시고 또들 이파이 소지. 지금 가시 호로 버려놨다. 그래서 나가지가 야게 그치 아이스 그것도 있지가지고 따와야라네 그제또 스포를 코스 화고 그거 따고 스파비도 그치 나가 올라 요아치와 요가 이겨 왜 힘을 왜 이러고 Noga, Pichigas more yoga, sisters, oh,
Just like to explain to the audience, that's my clan uncle, and I have to pray at one point in time, I had him pray at the U.S. Capitol building when we were doing an agreement on the lien filing system. And just like to express that when he prayed over at the U.S. Capitol building, they took his picture and he made national news at that time. And we got, that was good prayers at that time, good prayers today. And like to have a good meeting today and help the people out in a good way. Just like to express that the whole Ojuga. With that, I have the chairman here, and I've been informed that he would like to provide some information presentation. I think he has a meeting too at 2:30. So, good night. All right. Kategori State Department presentation that week. Nancy, you want to go ahead and provide give testimony, information, communicating about budget, different things like that, and finance committee, and talking about the budget. Go ahead, Baker, real quick.
Thank you, Chair, Vice Chair, members of the body and visiting guests, Secretary, Vice Secretary, Legal. I just wanted to background with him last meeting, March, but I told the coach, did you want to they do it so that everyone's kind of up to speed. So we got, did you want to go right down here, but that's what then what happened the last meeting, then proceeding with this, the meeting gets you just a little bit background for these tribal members. So we got.
Well, there's a meeting right book, and report to that whole lot book, and emails, I think that would say book from over here. June, July, August, emails today, and report today, who called my do? August, Monday, this. Bawalan bukut na figures updated. Na figures updated budget book updated yung figures na huwag kung figures na huwag Wednesday last week. And kung co-oping official days ko Wednesday last week. And kung collect na legislature law is just 15 days. 15 days today kung session you when the kajite nira zio ko and mamuluda the cut with you and sage oga yoko mamuluda tai yo and lage ko 15 day ginaja na law e do ka oga there meeting the new oga when did we do a meeting last week Wednesday we're going to make budget karaje hukum. The previous budget karaje ba update karaje karaje kusok like high risk what do you like on the audit the audit coach na bawish na high risk na federal destination average big quadru dikti mas ke na balish better money so that the khaw the book when upfront that na balish good when salary for my root mahad and you don't get and plan that's in there my take took that school 5 months ago and now plan that is graduate you oh the Bobby Mushbugo with Bala, what I said, who 15 minutes expense to do. And that expense is now Bawat na legislature 2 suits. And Bobby Mulk legislature 2 suits, one Nahawi Yukdazish, and what Yukdazish, Yokan Ku na Bobby 15 minutes ago, a woman with him. But Rajan Kolish was the Yukdachi, the Kuhan Ku update. There were one listen, that's getting Kogan, listen, that's then update Jerry, okay. Nalis Rajesh, Amalui shown, Nalis Day, Koik, passport is Raji, there, na, garments, Raji, Amalui shown the key. Update Jerry, and go regulation, and milk that now, Bakagoy, just from your, just an update from what we expressed last week, and they were going to give us an update on previous quarterly budgets and those things that we requested, and maybe an action plan on how to get out high risk and how we're going to take a look at those things and hopefully move in a good direction on getting into positive federal compliance on federal funding.
Thank you, Chair. As Chairman of the committee, Sean Reelberg stated, we had a meeting last week, which was the first Finance Committee meeting, and I believe the 27th was when the budget was submitted to the legislature from the executive branch. And actually, our first meeting occurred Thursday, September 28th. Presentation was made by us, Finance Representative Kirby King, on the budget, and the Finance Committee reviewed the budget. They also, we also did an extensive review of the fourth quarter budget requirements. Those requirements were discussed or provided to Mr. King. Mr. King affirmed that his office had not read the previous budgets and was not aware of the requirements due from the Executive Finance Department. And so a few of the key things that were to come in was the reporting, the corrective action plans. There was a special audit due on September 30th. Some of that information, and most of it probably should have been reported as a condition to passing the annual budget. And so with that, what we did was Chairman Reelberg of the Finance Committee recommended that we recess on Thursday to allow time for Mr. King to come in and give the full reporting on the fourth quarter budget requirements. And the purpose of doing that was to provide information, enough information to the legislature so that they can make a well-informed decision about passing the upcoming budget. So if there's deficiencies or overspending in one area, they can properly address that. If there is issues or there's carryover here or there, that can be properly addressed. But they needed the overall picture of the financial status of the tribe in accordance with those requirements from the fourth quarter budget and previous quarters in order to make that informed decision. And so today was scheduled to receive reporting from the executive branch with regards to those provisions in the fourth quarter budget and the regular reporting as required by pro-tribal law. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. So that first meeting was really an education for Mr. King, and then we pretty much charged him with the task of, okay, go back and compile this information and bring it back, and we'll continue to discuss the budget bill. So if I forgot anything, feel free to fill in. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair Pro Tem. I guess my question is Kirby here to give that report? It was stated in the last committee meeting that we asked that you were here, Dennis, to give a report on those findings on the fourth quarter budget. I see that he's not here. Would you elaborate on that, Dennis?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker, Chairman of the Committee, Commissioners. Yes. So the requests that were made at the last meeting, this is the first time that Kirby and I became aware that there were a number of items in the fourth quarter budget that needed to be completed that weren't. And my understanding was that the legislature wanted the committee wanted a kind of an explanation report on why those weren't completed, and maybe fill in whatever gaps could be filled in. And speaking about it with the chairman, he's asked that any request for a written report be delivered by request in writing. In terms of verbally reporting, the verbal reports will come from the executive branch officials. And I'm supposed to coordinate, I will be coordinating with Don on the legal aspects of the budget and also the coordinating the responses from the executive branch. I think that's about it. And, my understanding was the chairman was going to give a verbal report on some of the items in the fourth quarter budget bill today, but he had to make another meeting at 1:30, so he left, and I don't know if the secretary would like to add anything to that.
We'll have the secretary come with you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair of Finance. Det är bara sådär in the credit chairman big oath so I'm kind of in the dark on regards to what else is happening right now. And I thought Kirby was here to kind of go through the numbers part with what Speaker Bergenground was asking for Kirby with guys are like I feel like we're not going to get anywhere right now because there's no answers to the questions that you guys are requiring in regards to these points on the last quarter budget. And, I feel like I'm just here holding the bag right now and trying to answer questions that I can't. So at this time, I just going to give it back to yourself to question everybody.
Thank you. We'll go with the speaker real quick, Mike. Okay, go ahead. Thank all of them. Thank you, speaker. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yes, members of the body. I'm going to make a motion, and the motion is to request the things that we requested last meeting, and we'll make it in a motion so we can get it from writing from this committee, which was expressed by Dennis Bertelhoff. So all the things that we requested the last meeting, I'm going to make that in the form of a motion to give it to them in writing.
I second that.
Question? Question, Senator Hill. All in favor, raise your right hand. The motion carries. With that, motion carries, and we go with Senator Oldham.
Thank you, Finance Chair, members of the committee, Secretary. Yes, I think we're here for a budget, 2018 quarterly budget, and in the Constitution it says annual budget. Whom we look forward to passing in October annual budget that serves the Crow people for the whole year. And last year we broke it down into 4 quarters because of the lack of reporting and some of the requirements we did. So we broke it down into 4 quarters, and there was stipulations under each quarter that we asked for. And last week, they just brought in a budget. With a narrative with that we're matching up. Also, some issues that we have as a branch goes down to elder monies, goes down to, I mean, we're sitting here today on a 2018 budget, and what's more important, what's priority right now? And I guess another meeting's priority. We got elders hurting, we got Head Start, we got a government shutdown we're worried about right now, but I guess there's another meeting that's priority. And every year, lately, we come into this situation every year. We should be starting to negotiate this budget back in July, June. We should start working on it all the way to this point. Last week, we got a budget that's not even halfway there. And people, they wonder why. Why are we in this situation right now? The blame comes on us. But hey, that's getting old. That happens. Past 10 years I've been here. At least they don't march all the employees out here. At least they don't line everyone up out here with and it's getting old, man. Canute knows the budget should be prepared every year by June, July, but coming in with the 2 weeks before with something that's incomplete. The three officials, I'm going to say this too. The three officials, Sean, Ellis, you sat here. We said one day, once we send someone over there to the executive side that understands our process, hey, maybe we'll get somewhere. Back to square one again. It becomes a negotiation once the budget comes in between the executive and legislative branch. We sit down, hey, we fight for elders, hey, we fight for the kids, we fight for scholarships, hey, there's some funding in here that we don't agree on. Let's start negotiating that. And we haven't had that meeting. We're back to square one from last week. Again, there's been nothing. Where's the CPA? It's kind of frustrating. Oh.
I hope you. Thank you, Senator Alden. That's good information. I hope you. All right, sit yours.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's just nobody's clue what it goes. The finance meeting, I'll get in the pet boss here. I'll go to his skin to be old. What's so hard about being transparent? What's so hard about it? Well, so got to take what off body while meetings on them all go. Nowadays, we'll hash it out, but Kukuda, go put Kagon meeting, get it set, Kagon executive who's saying. They build just like this morning. We need people, personnel that are there that can make a difference. Koda's second in command, it's always so we need to go talk to them. We need the person that needs to make that decision. So that decision makers, those are the people we need right here, right now. What's so important out there? Government ball, Head Start, that's a bunch of baloney. And the executive and us guys and whoever else needs to be here should be here negotiating right now for this purpose right here. Get it over with, hash it out. It's getting to be old. And every time when this comes up, seniors, benefits, yeah, if they're so important, how come they're not here? They're negotiating with us right now. That's not right. They should be sitting here right now. Well, I'll go futures ball. We should be looking out for them. That is getting to be old. Every time when this happens, it's always going back to seniors and leverage. Make sure there's an election and everything coming. That's beside the point. Right now, we need to pass this budget.
Thank you, Senator Spotterbush.
Thank you, Chair Pro Temp, Vice Chair Paul Spotterbush. If I recall, last meeting, Chair, the Kirby said that they're gonna go ahead and make the senior benefits. Was that correct?
Yep.
Dennis, was that correct? That he was gonna go ahead and make the senior benefits? He did state that last week, right?
Are you referencing the chairman's request?
I'm referencing Kirby when he was here at the meeting.
Oh, I don't recall if he made that statement.
Committee members, did he state that he was gonna make the senior checks? Okay. So he called and said that he wasn't gonna make the senior checks this first month. So with that being said, why isn't Kirby here today?
I don't know the answer to that. I was told that Kirby would be submitting the information requested by the committee once we receive that request in writing.
So, Don, do we have that typed up now, right now? Can we type that up right now so we can get him over here? Or how long is that gonna take, Dennis?
Yeah, I guess to clarify, he's submitting a report in writing, so I don't know how long it'll take. I can check.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought I was jumping. The requests from last week are outlined in that fourth quarter budget bill. The only two additional requests I had was if there was tax payment coming in from WBI, because part of that agreement, they were going to pay the utility tax from what I can remember. And or whenever that's going to start, that's fine, just needed to know when. And then the other issue was those two sections at the end of the budget bill were not filled in, they were not complete. Also the issue of liabilities, if there was a full picture of liabilities there. And we understand that there's an issue with the IRS, and if that's been fully expressed in this budget bill. However, with regards to the fourth quarter budget list and this request for putting it in writing is a little bit redundant, I believe. I think that this branch has made that request numerous times over the past year. It is in writing. It's been reduced to every quarter budget bill. It's been communicated numerous times to the executive chairman that there has to be a response on this budget. It has to be submitted. But I want to go back to the Constitution. And this is the duty of the executive branch officials. And B, it says to provide for the fiscal management of the executive branch and prepare complete financial reports for the Crow legislative branch on a quarterly basis and biannual reports for the Crow Tribal General Council. The executive branch shall set the financial budget for the legislative and judicial branches. Now, subject to further legislation, constitutional language, we know that that's separate. This original budget bill did not separate that, as was expressed by the legislature and the judicial branch, and that was well accepted by Mr. King, and I think he was going to make those adjustments. But as far as reporting goes, I think that the Constitution's clear enough. It says prepare complete financial report. I've had 3 requests on that budget. I thought the meeting was going good. Some of the other senators had questions. He should have put it in writing. He said, okay, here's what I'm going to deliver. So I'm not sure where this authority is coming from to, okay, well, I'll answer you when you put it in writing to me. We've already done that. So, Chair, I'm just going to turn it back over to you. I did get a question from Executive Legal, if we would just go ahead and start negotiating now. I don't think I can answer that. That's going to come from your leadership. This branch is ready to go, so if you guys are ready to go, we can do it now.
Sure.
what you have, like,
Thank you, both Brendan and Mr. Austin. Panchawa, bigay ko bawas sa yakurisyon. Like, checks it really do, but get that's it, go my but get before the end of the week, they just when the case. So, right, go ahead, Senator, good luck, and Senator Alden.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, guests, members of the body. Along with that, Section 4, general duties, that's what I was going to read. Part B in the Constitution. We pretty much addressed the issue here, but like I said, we should have the CPA here. You know, the elders need their money, college students, trying to meet their scholarships. Like I said, we got to move forward and get things done in order to help the Crow tribe out as a whole, especially the elders. I know they really look forward to this money. And everywhere I go, everybody's like, hey, what's going on? We need our checks. I don't know, raise your hand, senators, if you got calls all weekend, raise your hands. Like I said, where's Mr. King? He said he was going to do the checks was that Friday or Thursday? Well, where's he at? Get him over here, Dennis. It says it, Part B, financial reporting, biannual reports. We need them.
I'd like to do a motion that bring Mr. King down.
Senator Alden, then,
Hey,
go ahead.
just my point, Dennis, what's your capacity as an executive branch? You're the legal counsel, correct?
Correct.
You don't act as a CPA? Nope. You don't, I mean, that's, honestly, this meeting's pointless without the documents, without anything prepared. With Dennis sitting here, secretary, I mean, they're getting thrown under the bus, honestly. It's pointless, this meeting, with no prepared documents. Maybe we could sit here and listen to the concerns of our constituents, some of the members of the tribe. Hey, other than that, we can't, it's pointless.
Point of order, I believe we got a motion on the floor from Senator Hill.
I believe there is no second, so I'll go ahead and make a second to his motion.
Senator Burton, Brown, all in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed? No opposition, motion carries.
So I guess if I may, Chair,
Go ahead.
and I guess we need to make our executive needs to make a few calls to get Kirby over here then. Dennis.
Secretary's gonna contact you.
Can I request a 5-minute recess while we're waiting?
Nice. Sitting over here. All in favor for a recess, raise your right hand. Motion carries.
Carry on like that.
Is yours on? Because this is what's going to be posted. She's gonna pick me up over here.
Yeah. Yep.
Can you
Our fire department had sued up the big signs and stuff. When I showed up this morning, the first thing I got there, they busted open, all of the things open. They busted it, and needed water. And I don't know if it's out, it was open, so I guess they go outside. Some of it was in, so we don't know if they dumped it on the water or what. So I guess what they're saying is somebody was
Our neighbors are anything up.
Okay. Q. Try to get in there, but they couldn't bust that door, they must run out of shells, and shot it a bunch of times. And then, so that one's actually the one that's producing water for people.
Okay, with that, we take very much take Secretary Sapo Negi Mana take na preschool ikiza information that is update that in the because now they work on development still working on the information on the information on the past financial issues and everything like that, you know, on high risk status on federal funds and things like that. And so they're going to provide that information, and the earliest could be Friday evening, or we could probably do it Saturday. We could probably have to meet on Saturday if you guys not too busy. Maybe have some more. Maybe have a pop-up breakfast, and maybe you guys can bring some food chops. So, anyways, based on that information, we could share update on the history of senior benefits, and we guys go. So, is there any other thoughts? All right, well, with that, we'll go with the attorney. She's going to give a history on senior benefits information, when the law was passed, for administration, different things like that.
So just quickly on the senior benefit, it was passed by the legislature. The number was JAR 0217. The legislation is entitled a joint action resolution establishing a retirement allowance for co-tribal members who are 67 years of age and over, and establishing a permanent trust fund of up to $1.3 million within the 2003 fiscal budget to provide these funds and for other purposes. And so the JAR recited that there were over 400 members who were over the age of 67, that their incomes fell below the poverty standards, that the elders had little or no opportunity to supplement their existing income except through per capita payments and lease income. The Crow Tribe has programs that service the elderly, which may have excess monies to begin the retirement allowance immediately. The Crow Tribe has requested to establish a permanent trust fund of up to $1.3 million and no less than $1 million from the projected U.S. BLM reimbursement within the next fiscal budget or earlier, which may cover costs in long term for the retirement allowance. Crow Tribe has limited monies for burial costs for members, and the Crow Tribe is requested to seek burial insurance for all tribal members that 67 years of age and older as first priority, and then seek burial insurance for all tribal members. So that JAR resolved, new section 1, to establish a retirement allowance of $100 per month for Crow Tribal members who are 67 years of age or over, with excess program monies immediately, and to establish a permanent trust fund of up to $1.3 million, no less than $1 million from the projected U.S. BLM reimbursement within the 2003 fiscal budget or before, to provide these funds for the long term. And so that JAR was passed, I want to say March 5th, 2002, and it was established based upon those projections from 2002 to 2003 from that BLM fund, reimbursement rather. And the executive branch was to establish a permanent trust fund to keep that senior benefit payment going. However, it was programmed within the 2003 budget. And then from then to the present day, within the executive finance management policies, over time they increased it from $100 to $300, and that's pursuant to the executive policy. So how that gets programmed every year is it comes in through the annual budget. So the question came to Speaker of the House from the Chairman of the Executive Branch, can we just issue the senior payment? And the legislature reviewed that in light of this JAR, and based upon its practice through executive policy, how this was set up, it is a budgetary issue that has to be budgeted in the annual budget. So we can't just issue payment for that, otherwise you open the door for all the other subject matters to come in. And then you swallow the purpose of passing an annual budget, and it becomes unconstitutional. So, and we've had these discussions before. I think for the long run, we need to carve out the senior benefit and per capita because it'll have its own funding stream. Doesn't have to be tied to the annual budget, but it can be paid out monthly without having it to go through this process. So for the long term, that's what I would recommend. But if you break the rules right now, then all the other subject matters come in and say, well, you did it for that one, do it for this one. And it becomes a slippery slope. If we had a different legislation where it says it's not passed by a budget, I mean, if there was a way I could find a loophole, I can't right now. It hasn't been amended since '02. So my suggestion is we get some legislation and talk to BIA and see if we could just have those checks issued to the recipients on the first of the month without any political or administrative interference. I don't know if there's any questions, but in the spirit of trying to get this issued right away, October 11th is when the branch plans to pass this bill.
Any other thoughts or ideas? Not, maybe we'll have, I'd like to have some of the individuals express themselves, maybe brother-in-law, Norman Madison, you had some good information that you expressed some good recommendations. Norman. Very cheap, you covered. Ako meron na sa hot, very cheap, very tasty. We look at show it, you know the big thing.
Hello, my name is Norman Madison. Representative over here. Three of them here. You know, it's not about the finance, it's also about finance, but, you know, the Constitution, you guys want the 2001 Constitution, right? You guys were fighting for that? You know, last night I was reading, someone pointed out that LR 1506 shows the budget for the district representing legislators. Speaker House all the way down to just the Senate. I'll tell you the truth. I wasn't into politics, but people got me into it. To me, I said I know I'll probably step on shoes or people will get mad, but I'll tell you, you guys are legislators, representatives, not senators. Senators are the U.S. Montana. Okay? Legislators, representatives. That's what you guys said when you were running for office. What did you have on your board? A representative. I'm going to represent you, the district. I know Black Lodge is doing it. I talked to Frank. I know he's doing it because I heard him. I know you're doing it. Viola. But I'll say it about my district. I haven't heard anything. Nobody's come and set a meeting up. We don't know what's going on. People are saying, what's going on? What's going on? I talked with him, Sean. He's my brother and brother-in-law, but I go brother way. Same way with Paul. You can ask Paul, I asked him. I'm learning all of this. You know, you guys need to work together. You guys are in here for us, as district members. When you guys were sitting there campaigning, what came through your mouth? It will represent you guys. Now, nobody represented, you know, I got representatives, but I don't know what's going on. Politics right now is, to me, is a bunch of bullshit. Forgive my language. Both sides, all three sides, whatever. We're not working together. You guys are here for the Crow Nation, not for yourself, not for your in-laws, not for your brothers. You're here for the Crow people. I want to know what's going on. Just like now, the budget. I don't know what happened. Tom told me. I'm mad. Because people over there, and like I said, they all got me jobs. I live off the reservation. I got to pay bills. I'm on skin like this. I got $650 rent. I know some of you got more. That's off the reservation. People that got furloughed because of the budget. What's going on? You guys ain't working together. You're in here together. Chairman, legislators. That's the way it goes. As far as I've seen it and read it in the Constitution. Like I said, 2001 Constitution came up. They wanted to have a vote for what do you call this past fall, spring. And all 18 of you guys jumped up, voted. All of you were here. I came last year. You guys had the finance. All of you guys weren't here. None of you, you know, there were some, but there weren't all of you guys. Just enough to make a quorum. You guys want to get paid, you gotta work, right? Isn't that what you guys told me? All of you guys? Eric, Brian, all of you guys? Work to earn your money. Okay, 2001 Constitution. I read it last night. It stated that you only work a session. That's what it said. That's what I read. It. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then from there to there, they brought this LR where you guys work 80 hours. Right? right? So how come you're not working 80? How come you guys aren't here? I drive by. There's only you. You guys need to work together because, man, I'm getting tired of this. And I'm the only one. I know there's others out there. They're scared to speak. You know, I'll even go and talk to the chairman. I love him. But hey, we need this. They say we're the richest nation, but we're the poorest right now. Work together. It's not about you, it's about people that put you in. Oh, pass the bill, or not pass the bill, but got a bill going, a law or whatever. You went out and got it. See, he did that. But how many is that? That was one. I saw. Two. But I saw one. You guys want to pass bills, that's what you say you're here for. You guys want to pass laws, that's what you're here for. Right? Isn't that what you guys put on your platforms when you ran? Why isn't it happening? Everybody's mad. Legislators, where are they? Where are they? They're getting paid good. Where are they? Pass this. Think about it right now. It's about your people that you're serving. You're not serving yourself. You're serving us, all of us. Look at it now. One's coming up again. They're telling me the same thing I heard 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago. We're going to be there to help you. We're going to be there to help you. We're representing you. We're the reps. You guys need to work together because, man, this is... I'll probably get fired. I'll probably get kicked out. I'll probably get, whatchamacallit, off the reservation. But hey, at least I spoke my mind. All right? I'm not a politician, but forgive my language, but if I get my education, I'll probably leave the reservation because I'm tired of this. It's going on every time, 80 hours. You guys are getting paid. Earn your pay, like the rest of us that do. I do. My dad brought me up and said, you gotta work to earn your pay. If you don't work, you don't get your pay. That's what I'm doing. Except for I had to punch out because I came over. See, I'm using my leave. I don't know what's gonna happen. You need to know. Representatives, you guys need to have meetings with your district and let them know, even before a session, so we all know. Not just off the camera, not just on Facebook, all that. Same way with judicial. You know, brother, man, when he was in office, I talked to him. I'm telling you the truth. I talked to him, but when I try to talk to him, I don't see him. Now he's talking to me. He wants my number. You gotta show us. We put you in here. Put you guys in there. Right now, you know. Legislative. Work. Work for us. You gotta pass this. You gotta pass that. But bring it out. Let us know what's going on. We can't see through these walls. Talk to you. Like I said, these two I talked to. I'm kind of surprised he threw me at the board, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. You guys need to help. You guys need to work. You guys need to show us what you're doing. It's not about this, it's not about that. We're all related. I still love all my family members. Although I voted for the wrong person, I still love them. I vote for him, I vote for him. You're still my family. You guys gotta do what you have to do. Like I say, Constitution. You guys want that Constitution, follow it. You guys were scared when they said you had never left. Hold it. All 18 of you guys jumped up and you actually passed something. Then what happened? Math. I'm against it. My job duty is a recovery counselor trainee, but you know, we gotta have laws to protect us. But this budget you guys gotta work because there's people out there that live in Hardin. Bills are coming up. Are you guys going to pay for it? Is the attorney going to pay for it? No. And believe me, those white people are rough. I pay $650 in my 4-bedroom house. I'm living in a shack. I wish I could live on the reservation. I'll pay $450 because I know I'll be taken care of. But I'm living on the white man. And I hate Hardin. I graduated from Hardin, but I hate it. I want to leave it. But I ain't got nowhere to go. I I don't wanna be like all the families that have 4 families in the house. Let the housings do their job. You need to talk to them. That's it. It's tough. That's part of my mind. Like I said, that's what I got right so far. I got more of it. We need to get this going. We need to get this going. Thank you.
Riksjön kanske rådjurare. Saagi Českou kaudu kekkutu. Maju tai rokki. Amma voi se tätistä patskar teua. Akuminen jottaisi niitä kettukaisi kettä. Tukkaa mikä kind of workaholic and milttäisi kai lukea. Now Frank, likely, go ahead.
All right, thank you, Chair, Vice Chair, guests, judicial. My comment is that, we're here. You drive by, I'm here, my car's parked out in front, people can come in. All of our meetings are open. We had 3 meetings today. We had one with Health and Human, Eric had that going. We had one for judicial, they were open. We had people come in, they ask us questions. Even if it's not in our district, it's for the people. I talk to whoever, they ask me questions, I'm here. There's times when we hashed out bills till about 9 o'clock at night, 8 o'clock at night. But even with that, our job's not 8 to 5. There's been Saturdays and Sundays where somebody in the district, somebody that's not even in the Black Lodge district needs help. Even with, on the executive side, they're discontinuing services. And me and my brother went out and we had to dig graves because the executive wouldn't do that. It's hard enough for people to bury their loved ones, but to have to dig the grave too, that's something serious. And, we didn't charge them, we took it on ourselves to dig that grave for them. And that is bad, when your family members have to turn around at a service because the grave wasn't ready. They don't have that sense of closure. But, we're saying work together. We're here, we had this meeting set. I want to thank Sean and Knut for being here and for Judicial being here. Going through their budgets and everything, we're prepared to work. Where's Kirby? He made a motion for him to be here. Last week, he promised us he'll be here. We make motions. We need you guys here. It can't be one-sided. I heard even times when Chief Judge, I heard a story where he made a amendment to give them $1 so that they can come back over and hash out there when he was in office here, so that they can make that movement. We've even said it, we'll be here Saturdays, we'll hash this out, we'll be here to do this for the people. But when Head Start's furloughed, it's 85-15, where their budget comes in July because of the school year. So that's a federal program. Why is that furloughed? My little grandson was trying to go to school. He only made it for a couple of days. Went today and then he had to turn around. He was upset. And politics get involved. It's the elders and the young kids that suffer. But, when we're trying to get answers and hash out this problem, when the people that do have the answers or do have a say-so in it, want to negotiate, they're not here at the table. This is ongoing where we're here, we set meetings, we want them to be here. And it's turned around, they don't come, they don't show up. We're always here. And then, while I don't see anybody in the front, there's people that park in the back because of construction. You can't park up there with all the vendors, walk in, our doors are open. My door is always open. I talk to people out here. I talk to people at my home. If they have questions, I try to help them. And just like you said, you're saying you might get fired. Over this budget, over what's going on, there's intimidation going around. My mom she's been at social services for 20 years. Then they came in and, some of the people in the administration said, we need to talk to your son. We need him to pass this budget, intimidating her, bullying her. 3 grown men. You know, I see them in the street, I see them at gas stations, they come and shake my hand, hey, how's it going? Say it to me out there. Don't come in and tell my mom, hey, you need to pass it. And then make it like you're gonna let her go, you know? Speak man to man. And when we're here, we're ready to speak on this budget, and then they take off. They don't show up. Fourth quarter, we had all these promises, stipulations, and the end of it, not one of them has been done. So when Kirby came last week, we gave him all 4 quarters, him and Melvin. We said, here, this is what was done before you were in there, while the previous CPA was there. So just to catch up, here's some homework, go through it, and then we spoke to them in a good way. We're frustrated. We want to get this hashed out. We want the elders to get paid. But how can we when we're in just the same as dark? So are we going to negotiate with people that don't, we don't know what's going on? So as it is, we need people here to sit here and hash this out. We can't negotiate between us. It's a give and take, and I want to commend Judicial for being here. Also on their budget, because they're part of this too. But it's not all just from here. It's a give and take, it's compromise, negotiation. So as it sits, we're not negotiating with nobody right now.
Just for the record, was there a July budget for the 17-18? Was that a July budget turned in?
No, there wasn't.
There's no budget turned in during July. Okay. All right. I just wanted to clarify that.
With all Frank was talking about, I think he forgot to mention that Thursday we're gonna have a district meeting at Dunmore, 7:30 for the district members. So over the budget, so just trying to get the word out. We just letting everybody know now.
Picture of this was here, Georgian Badbury, you copy. Now get this one quick note. I never wanted to be in political office. I'm a program manager, federal programs, co-manage it, as a cat, nothing was done. There was no justice. There was no justice here, there was no justice over there was no justice nowhere. And in their house. They need peace, harmony, and unity. People know. That's the reason I'm in here. I've dat reiterate, that's what they have been reiterate.
Kaki executive directive, who has the higher power? You can't do nothing?
Can I answer that real quick, Chair? In our Constitution, they're the ones that have to propose the budget. And they didn't bring anything. If I look at it, 15th letter on the 14th deadline. If we can meet on October 1st, we can do that if you turn it in by 14th. And am I correct, Senator Robert?
Yes.
And I'm going to achieve the 25th it is, September for regular session, October 9th, 10th. We asked them, no budget, I believe it was I and Sean, we've asked in legal too, email, so they'll call for budget. Am I correct, Sean?
Yes.
And yet, Monday, there is no each week did it. There's no numbers Monday on the 25th. And we'll have it done we'll send it in, Mohammed, 25th list. 26th list, we'll turn it in. We stayed here until, I believe, staff was here until 6:30 list. We were here waiting for the budget. And 같이 Tuesday list, 같이 와오리. And we waited again. And Mohammed and Wednesday list, they finished it. They accepted it. We rejected the first one because there was no narrative or issue did like that. So that 15-day rule, it puts us at September or October 11th for a special session, emergency special session. So what I believe like that. Even at that, the workers, tribal workers, they got paid Friday this. Last Friday this, they got paid. Am I correct? Last Friday. So even at that, it's still under the 2 weeks. But I think 2 weeks is good. So we could still, if it passed on 11th, it's still a pay period. So why the government shut down? We didn't find out. We weren't notified of the government shutdown until some of the senators notified us. And so they helped us. And so then on top of that, in here we have a majority. We have a majority for any recommendations or letters that we send out or talk to Norman says elected. So that's how we get a consensus in here when we have a forum, or I'll call them up. So we're here. We're trying to work. We're sitting down, but if I spoke them, I don't know. And do we have? Maybe they're not ready.
Time most that they should be ready.
And they haven't reported. Chief Judge, you did your reporting, right? With Kerry and Ms. Godfrey, they did their reporting. That's correct. And we haven't had a report from that too. So all that ways to communication that did.
Sabi communication could be out. Try your dollar pool that maybe you'll get somewhere. I mean, we just didn't vote you in, so the government would be like this. They trust God to help us. And it seems like that's not happening.
And when you say, if I may, Chair, we are trying. We're here. We're sitting at the table Wednesday, or Thursday, meeting you. Like you said, we need the CPA over here to communicate, to tell them, okay, the numbers that how we match up with this. Do we just pass a bill like they did where they passed the legislative budget and they just gave $1 to executive that time?
Back in 08.
Back in 08, there's gone. But you could see what happened.
Well, I'm keep going on.
I think she's still with me.
And soft got that problem, but is it going to go on? And seniors feel we're going to lose out on that 300. Yeah, we go here is housing meter test go to natural gas. Maswa leak killed Bishika, Dula Vigado, kitchen range fan, hose Gorilla, pipe and connect all this time, even will wage money for it. Dragon gas man, put a furnace or hot water heater in if you out cheap. In a furnace, it's old, and it came with the house, 50 years old, it's still working. From the meter to the road, that's ours. I won't do that, I check your room, meter and it's the kitchen range. This furnace is old, it needs to be replaced. I want a red tack for them to sit in he shut off my gas, and 2 weeks got a heat rated, hot water rated. Malakaje amputee got a parish. Daniel, he's still fighting cancer. And happy 300 bucks, just sort of, it really helps in paying some bills. And these stands still got a carbon majiju, carbon executive, and you got to work something out so that they have to be here. They have to have a meeting with you. If run for office, what's the purpose of it? Idiot, Kaviro. You're not doing anything. Maybe you think you are, but there's a lot of people out there that need help. 107 Hawish Bagaritska. Senior citizens, everyday Shvali. Bajion Dula. Idiot will get Katu. Impeach Kotaviro Kotak 107 signatures to 1,500 for a Ilfachimiro putting much for. Second day, Duraga Chirawa Chatu. And always Shewa. The third day, and so. Equal. All month and no action, he voted your. I get by ma. When you're campaigning, you need to everybody. In the end, Amaya Khora will buy a side of you. Ashwali at 77 so wait, 67 on up to the store Shibiki.
If I can turn, there's a program, our USDA, they, elders, they have money to help them. Maybe they can fund you with that, with your gas there. Maybe, and details for that, so maybe we can get you some help through there in the meantime.
Yeah, okay, HRDC, Salai, gas man, putting all in emergency furnace. Furnace by Haji, it's just that it's old, Karaboy Julie. So you need to have one in in the kitchen range, could a part, could a good whom Daniel Shasai. Carboni the sock air testing. Billings call go up, but Jamie need to put it, gas shake him. You're the gas man. I don't work in that area, so I don't know what you're talking about, this air testing. You guys, if you're going to fix something like this, you should be able to go all the way and fix this too. Why you have to do it on your own? Hang up with but. So maybe it's that furnace. Bill spare a couple of I've never gone behind. Also, put a beat, they're handicapped. I think if all you are put it up with viewer speeds because I'm old. So anyway, in a 300. Like I said, it was your soup. 107 meeting room. Gosh, a problem all of you know. Sean HJ Magic Dollar Queen, Maui G. our social security, 600 Korachka group, so they depend on that. Every Tuesday's meeting, we would have a group to reach to search for it. Why him? Is to leave with Tarashurali, the Nicole Bonak, Ishpala, for the much to in the first place, in Nepal, Shoga would have our own ship, the Rushik to be a ballet magic hard to the Koi Fanaji. There a constitution who were whom Mawala to Madala Wakat, Aleshola, the Avius Timir, whom who and we never get any handouts from me at all. So, half truth, or none at all, that it's not fair.
Thank you, Georgiana. Go you, Lagate, Alishka, Alishole, 107, Chief Mawu, Chief Lagate, take a tactic, 107, home did that gift to Manfagi, Jay, and Mahari, as I go to Radio Pichi, information as you bike moderator, Pichi, you, and you guys data, take furnished agent, take USDA application process, and that is, Mawala to get cut, was it? Okay, print it out, you got a that's basically print that document on USDA, and will help Caribbean finish it, application so that she can get that grant funding.
Real quick on this subject, we probably can get her information after we print it. Maybe she can come over tomorrow and we can start that process too.
Just to make a point, once a budget bill is introduced, it's in our ballpark. It's in our ballpark once the budget bill is introduced. So it's at our leisure that we ask the executive branch to sit here and start negotiating some of the, let's use 107 as an example. Hey, we could sit here and we could fight for 107 funds. But if there's no one to sit at the table with right now, who can we help or who are we fighting for? I'm not doing my job. If they bring a budget to me 2 days before and they want me to say yes, I'm not doing my job as a representative. I'm going to make sure I start looking through there and start fighting for some of the programs. Hey, this program's underfunded. I'm going to start fighting for more money for this program. That's when I start doing my job. Hey, in the past, we've gotten into the situation again, like you said. They weren't at the table, so eventually, what do? We put our numbers in there. We passed it with our numbers and gave them $1. Did that get attention? Guess what? It did. All we wanted to do is get some attention of us. They would come sit at the table and they said we couldn't touch that bill. So hey, maybe that's something you guys can think about. But like I said, we should be here every day trying to negotiate some terms to get this passed. When we got anything going tomorrow, let's come back here at 9 o'clock tomorrow and get something passed. Like I said, if not, if they don't want to sit at the table, then shoot, let's put our numbers in there and pass it.
If I may, Chair. Thank you, Pat. Just to let you guys know that tomorrow there's a judicial meeting at 9 o'clock. Am I correct, Senator Hill? No?
Friday.
Get that, it's Friday. Go just
Friday.
So we have a special session just to give you an update that confirmations for the LLC has been put on hold right now. So tomorrow there will be a 9 o'clock meeting with housing committee meeting, infrastructure.
They're so with doing all these other meetings. Nothing else matters right now except budget.
And we had special session scheduled for tomorrow for those. I don't think that's going to take long, and we can go from there. But from what I hear from the finance chair, that it looks like they're not ready. Am I correct?
Yes, they're still trying to hammer out that information on the status of the.
So we're waiting on them.
So we're kind of in holding mode. So Las Vegas right now.
So maybe Friday, maybe right after the judicial committee meeting, just recommendation that go from there. It's up to you guys. So we get every day we get a leak. So
Basically, I think we got a constituent back there, this one, and then we'll go with Frank, and then we'll call it good, and maybe we'll have a meeting after the special session. Finance committee really can't. What needs to happen here?
real quick, I would like all the senators to stay. I have some briefing updates for you guys real quick afterwards.
Thank you.
Come
Okay, I know a lot of people in here, and the younger ones I don't know well. My name is Dennis Beaumont. I'm from Pryor. I noticed I was sitting here and there's no representatives from Pryor. We elected 3 of them, but I don't see them here. It seems like I read someplace, I think it was in the Constitution, I'm not sure, that if legislators don't attend the legislative sessions, that they won't be paid. And if it's the Constitution, I think it has a lot of teeth. I'd like to have my legislators here so they can, at least if I ask them questions back home, that they will be able to answer. I don't know if they're out campaigning or what, but if it's part of the Constitution, like I say, it's got a lot of force. So, again, if they're not here, if any legislator is not here, they won't be paid. I think that's what I read, so I just wanted to bring it to your attention. I made a note to myself about the budget. It was probably scheduled, or at least a rough draft, be ready by July. But I think a lot of us, especially the older ones, know that it's part of human nature. We intend to do well, do good things, but sometimes we forget, sometimes we just kind of moving forward, we'll say, I'll get it finished. About that. Also, you guys talked about the 107th settlement a while ago. The way I read the 107th Meridian settlement is that 1/6 of the interest income would go to youth and elderly. I don't know if in fact the 1/6 of the interest income, well, actually the elders would own 1/12, because the other 1/12 goes to the youth. 1/6 of the interest income would go to youth and elderly. That's my understanding. Although, and I don't know the total amount of the interest income that would be coming to the elderly. Even if you pass a resolution or whatever law in here that says I get $300 a month, maybe the value of my interest income. Let me back up a little bit. I'm one of the recipients of the elderly. I'm amongst the elderly group. Even though you give me $300 a month, it's possible that you should be giving me some more. because city, county, legislature, Montana state legislative laws cannot override federal law. I learned that in American history. So if you give me $300 and I'm deserving of $400, your resolution would not override the federal. The federal says 1/6 will go to youth and elderly. I have to look further to see what the income is. Then look at the number of elderly, and then maybe you're giving me more than my fair share. I don't know that either. In regard to the lack of a budget for the tribe, I think Congress has not a formula, but a cure for that particular problem. I don't know if the Crow tribe has passed any type of law for a continuing resolution to keep the government going forward. Right now, it's my understanding that a lot of the tribal employees have been laid off. So I have a feeling that it's not the full budget that they're going to request, but it's below the income that we will probably receive. So I wanted to share that with you. Maybe in the future, continuing resolution, then the kattakuluk, maybe there won't be a stalemate. Everybody will get paid. People that are employed, even the legislature will get their money. I don't know. Continuing resolution law,
real quick, with that, Don, correct me if I'm wrong, with that continuing resolution, we asked the chairman if he wanted a continuing resolution, and he did say that he wanted an annual. Am I correct? So, like, okay, it's you, because we're trying to ask him, do you want a continuing resolution? And he said, no, I want an annual.
Well, I don't see the problem yet. Whether it be quarterly or annually, the continuing resolution would address both. And the government can keep moving just like the big government, the federal government. I remember when I worked for the federal service that October 1st, the budget wasn't done. And continuing resolution, otherwise they would let us go. I get to his salary and wait, overtime, I think salaried people, your time can be obligated beyond the normal 80-hour. Wage earners, overtime dealers, I think that you have to pay them overtime. And it has something to do with digging graves. Drugs. I got they broke into his parents' house and in drugs today, I think that it's a big problem. News 20% of America is on drugs. That's a lot. 20%, that's about, is it, 1/8 of America is on drugs. And there are different solutions. Try put them, California on borders off so that the drug control will I mean, drugs were really spiraling out of control. And there are different solutions. We've budgeted for extra cops, but for some reason they can't hire them. I don't know what the reason is. Why can't certain things be done on within the government? Separation of powers, just like the federal government. Congress enacts laws, and the executive carries out those laws. And a question got judicial, or question got resolved. And the government set up those laws. And you can't force the executive to do something. Influence what to Oli, don't, like you say, the dollar. The separation of powers, they do. Sometimes they overlap a little bit. Law, lobby. And on the other hand, budget that is this. Maybe you're right. Giving him $1. The three branches have different responsibilities, and big laws not all the laws in the Crow Reservation. I wanted to talk about the USDA too on the gas and Kamala Lubac and USDA tribal college established to do. Just like taking the office in Hardin and establishing it over at Little Bighorn College. And services they managed all their services. It's not like they came in on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But it's a full time, but they had a full staff. I don't know why the Crow tribe can't do it, too. Hardin Bike Station site. I try not to let things stop me. USDA subsidies on my ranching operation. Biduga Alakasha Bideno, but Choleku Chishishi side. And maybe down the road, tribe Shikadu, we can have our own USDA full staff in the college. Doesn't necessarily have to be the college like Fort Berthold. It services that by right. We have that right to establish a USDA program over here. Las Vegas on USDA if you want us to, we'll go to your agency and help you establish an officer. So rather than to waste your time at Hardin, Vida, Aiken, USDA office getting established by Kodim, employed, just like Fort Berthold, Biluga, Awasha, employees all go. Hem Kotra USDA officials, that's Sean, Bak, you set up but de-establish it by you. So they're willing to help us establish an USDA program or an office here at either the college or some other building. Hem Yagayuk, natural gas, propane, to one of the ladies range, so that's all I had. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We got another meeting, anything else is at 3:30, but we'll go with Frank and anybody else, and we'll recess.
Go
ahead.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chairman, the Finance Committee, body, like, I was besides, because you all, play it sound like a broken record. Indirect costs, federal state contract grant, indirect costs, 1.3 million. Well, again, when you look at this, this is supposed to pass the clearinghouse by June 30th. And now I gauge if listening to one of the financial people on that side and the executive side, and another person, I'm not going to say names, but they talked about this indirect cost here, and yes, so why is this 1.3 million in here? When you go down to debt services, total 2.1. When you have this piece of paper, following payments, how come there's no documentation to file that data? If you have true documentation, I think that's not I think there needs to be not documentation. If Don, if you can write that down on that 1.3 million and why it's in the budget, and listening to those guys talk, I don't think that money's in there. Now you've got it in the budget. And I got real documentation. You want to go with I got computerization, most bug. I can do this, piece of cake. Hey, where's FSA, BIA loans today? Where's the true reports? 425s today. Where are they? Like the reason why I know that there's real reports is because I ran a federal program. And that federal program wasn't a small program. Million, and that was a big program. But I see it on audits, one of the top 4 biggest programs on our reservation. And documentation, important. Do we really owe 116,561? No true documentation, good day, And I think a lot of this, we pay, so we pay a lot of money. Where does the money come from? It comes from pro-tribal members. Hey, why in the heck are we in a hole if they're so good? Legislatures a little now achieve. Then when we start putting our foot down, lage kon na bache zaje malo lipakoche sagmaba. You know, if you bring stuff like this in front of me, and then I have to go tell my people, I don't think that's, that's not right. How much do we give the CPA? Well, that cost will go. Machi again, go machi and to put that cost will go. And that's been going on, not today, but from way back there. Why don't we cut them in half and give that money to the old people, the elders? I gave this. I gave black cost like executive. How come they don't complain about them? I gave this. Oh, they got a credit card. How come they don't complain about? I don't drive my own car. I get signatures to me the talado what. Bila swallow me. I didn't have a credit card. And Mazab says, you bring junk like this in front of me, I don't think it's right. If the guys don't want to talk about it, let it go. And go through, I guess, we have information, we have not this stuff that anybody can do. Basically, chase I got a low done. Big cigarettes. What are we, a department? Main peaks is evil, but they have a hot deal. No on base, what are we gonna do? Hey, come a low dog. Let you move there. I got. Go eat bail, but I got. I don't play politics with. That is paper ugly. They're playing politics with working people. Oh, that's crazy. I'm not playing politics. And well, yeah, I think we need true documentation. It's about Sabi Ishihaga, Bachide, Baya, Kashkugo. It needs to end today. I got what charges. We got professionals now. Okay, there's a woman back there that's a lawyer. The deal, man, what's all of this? The year was, I don't tell them, you should have got his black hospital and the Wissack West, I think we need to start putting our foot down. They're making the bucks where our people are starving. How many millionaires did we make? Big guys, I don't think, no. I'm going to take them sweet. They're not here to fight. They're not here to tell us the truth. They're not here to give us true documentation. How come we're sitting here speaking to the wind? And they should look at their credit cards. They should look at what they do. Mama, oh, Denver State. Where's that money going? Where did that money come from? Again, when you have enough revenues fall, reporting good by God and MIP. What's going on here? What do I have to report when I don't get nothing from those guys? How can I have a meeting when I get nothing from those guys? And I think they need to be at the table. They lead enough politics here. Those guys will punish them, but my God, do we know if there's any money? How much revenue do we got? I never got that report. Where the money coming from payroll? Togawa. I never got that report. I go to my constituents, what am I going to report? There's nothing to report. And that's why you have district meetings. Agarielku district meetings do all of we. Or this administration at district meetings. One more, if I make report, because this is who I report to. What do I report? I've got the Wabish, D1 leads, the Nahagi, so they want my task to Z. It's going, it's the pure good, coming on digital base. And I think we need to lay the politics down for once and for all. It's bike sharing, my Facebook, go got TikTok, my bike sharing. Let's do Dogwood. And Aggie, so I think we need to lay that politics down. Who cares who's the hero? So, you know, you hero guys are the go guys. Look at those people suffering, those victims. And I think whatever we have to do, I think we need to settle this once and for all in the budget. What's our debt? I don't know. But they give me paper like this all the time. Is that true debt? How come we can't get cops? So today I think we'll try at least to hustle up and come together and leave the politics outside for a bit. Like I said, you all leave, I should go look at.
I thank you, Mr. White, please, and Deputy, Ms. Speaker.
All right, thank you, Chair, Body, Gus. Just wanna, I agree with Paul. When we take these reports, these are done in Excel, and we take these jump to our district. How does that look? For us, there's no expenditures, there's no summaries. $750,000 for our IT infrastructure. We already spent that a couple years ago, and it was all built up. And the left MIP was perfect. It's just who's operating it. And if we use clicks of the mouse, we can get a full report on every fund program, every dual funding, where all the funds come from. A lot of us here already dealt with those. And, if they're not we're sitting here twiddling our thumbs right now. They're not, what are we doing? We're just sitting here going around and around and having kind of just complaining about what's going on. Let's start hashing out item by item. If they don't want to come to the table, then what they get is what they get. Just like Paul or Pat was saying, that time when they did that and they got $1, they all sure ran over here and got it. We got judicial here, and their budget's been cut, and they're dealing with a big caseload. And, we just need to hash out and do work. We had Norman here saying, well, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? We're all here at a meeting waiting to hash out the budget, and the CPA ain't here. The chairman's not here. So what are we doing? Are we just going to sit here and continue it and wait for them to come? Because if we're waiting, they're not going to come. We've been here for almost 11 months in this administration, no confirmations on any cabinet heads. No confirmation. The closest we got was the Crow Nation construction on any confirmation. And Health Board. But they're not coming over, they're not doing business here. It's one, they're just going through and then they're keeping, I didn't elect one person. I didn't vote for just one person. During that election, I voted for 4 people. Chairman, vice chair, secretary, vice secretary. I didn't, if one man's making a decision it's a tyrant, is what it is. And when I voted for my uncle here. And if he's being kept out of loop, he's being iced out. As people, they all voted him in, so they should all be a part of this conversation. But now, once he's gone, we're just sitting on our thumbs. Okay, well, we gotta wait for him. He ain't gonna come back for how long? And we never seen him for how long before that? You know? And we're having a district meeting on Thursday, and I take this budget over, it looks like junk. 30 million in expenditures, 15 million coming in, 6 months down the line, we're gonna be broke. You know, that 15 million is only gonna last half a year. So I think we just need to sit down and start going line by line, figuring what program needs it, what program don't, what we're going through, and then allocate it as usual. If they wanted to say so, they should have been here. That's how I feel right now. And I mean, I wasted how many hours sitting here waiting for a budget meeting? And our elders need help. Our kids need to go to school. Head Starts, money comes in July. They have money that came in July, so why are they all furloughed? You know, what about the other federal programs that have money coming in? How come they're furloughed? You know, I can see general fund, you know, if there's no money in general fund, they get furloughed. But what about the federal programs? How come they're doing that? You know, it's turning into, it's just turning into garbage. And our people deserve better than that. Our people deserve a better report than this. You know, I mean, if we're not yelling around, screaming about it, and just letting it go, where it's just being the same old junk over and over. Four quarters of this junk. I mean, I could be doing other things right now with my time. You know, but I wanted to sit down and hash this out, get it through and get it going for the people. I'm just kind of frustrated right now, and we should be doing some work instead of going round and round.
Thank you, Senator Whiteley. I know that we're going around and around, holding pattern and everything. Senator Deputy and Senator Bergground, and then I need to get to a meeting on the water plant that shot up last night, and there's big problems with the water system right now, and the water, people cannot drink the water, and people are getting sick right now, and apparently people are running to the hospital. There's a lot of people that are sick, maybe even poisoned. So it's a crisis situation.
Chair, and all the people here, all the guests. I just like to throw this out. You know what I'm saying? Without me cooking other medicine. Question I don't think it's ever been answered to me. Who has the power here to we just explain and we just elaborate on that. I get the way we talk. We all as we come together and talking, we're waiting on the executive. Don't you have power to get them over here to get out? What was the answer? Was it yes or no? Simple yes or no would do the job. And then all three of them, when they talk, we elected you win. That's right. Correct. I'm trying to answer this question that I heard. The other man is a good issue, but just for Bahira. Work together. Work with each other. But mainly he was stressing that opinion to us. And then the power of it. We all know the chairman has all the power, you know that. The only power we have is no budget for right now. And the other guy actually said, don't you have any power to get them over here? So now I think that's what we need to do. We keep the old guys joke that we need to get on them. And if not, we're suggesting that we give them $1. Co-give. That's not power. That's putting us in jeopardy. So in other words,
work together. He said, we need to let the other party know that we all need to come to agreement. Now, the reason why I say that is, if the others are important and the children are important, why are we not here today and trying to make an effort to make that point and trying to make the point where you're being solved, you're being taken care of here at Coca. They got Constitution, if I'm right, let me know, Don. As being a legislator, I understand that we are the voice, constituents, the community. You have a right to write a proposal or a bill or a resolution, and you can give it to your districts, and they can bring it to here, and they can bring it to the executive. That's the answer to that one for him. That's to my understanding of the Constitution. Mandela will look. It's chicken look. Bad. This is cool, so that will look. Mandation look. Bad. This is cool, so that will look. I know. You all the couple of competitions of ill co-give. That's how I see it. They got a Axal get what she took, yeah. The political Tagasical who can almost put she took the Bahari airport. It goes a happy one. You like Tawa Hurushita, Bioshiva, all such work, Gua Hurushi. Again, no one now go here. Here at Sata, you come Chuki, Yoga, Chuki, or Milga over the hill. He's a Polish Chias, Yoga, he's a Polish Chias, housing Turkey. He's a Polish Chias, could tell Hamid. She's Jalin. Lake Bahan State Hospital, would they do you? Transit, Hamita, you could. You could go, I want to teach that.
Thank you very much. Go ahead, Eric.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you for the words. One thing I want to thank everybody for showing up and Bahamas is too good. You good? One other thing I wanted to point out was this mountain gas tax on the proposed budget. It was $1,180,992. If you turn the page and look into the budget revenue, I just wanted to point this out. Tom pointed out earlier to me that if you look at the revenue fund, that is incorrect on there. And then if you look at the tobacco tax money too, and if you turn it over to the general fund, incorrect. So I wanted to point that out to you with that. That would be a discussion. For the record, I wanted to state that this branch was never in a red. We have a carryover of 600,000, Don? 600,000 we'll carry over all. But we'll probably never see that, or I don't know, it's not in here. I know the branch hasn't traveled that much or done a lot of other things. So I just wanted to state that for the record, Finance Chair. And with that, I would like to go ahead, Senator or Sean.
You got one more item?
I'm going to do this. Please, I got all night.
We have that 15-day rule. 15-day rule. It'll be on the 11th.
Oh no, not easy. Putting this stuff together, and I believe that I think we need to go ahead and do this. What's up? I mean, they're not here. That's the secretary. That's like before you go on with it.
One quick note, I have a meeting at the Indian Health Service, crisis situation. And maybe we do it before tomorrow's meeting or maybe after tomorrow's special session. From there, looks like. Hammer out the blue.
With that being said, I'd like to make a motion to recess until, or adjourn until your next committee meeting, finance committee meeting.
One quick note for the judicial branch. One of the requirements, therefore being enacted, you're gonna have your own separate branch with your own 638, and the situation on indirect, I don't know where we stand on it, and it's been expressed that the funds might have not been, the request for the funds on an indirect was not turned in. We didn't receive documentation, but we are gonna do a true separation, and it says therefore be enacted. Judicial branch will be its own separate branch. And so, I was up to, you got something you do, because we'll cook. And the rest of it, it's really why we'll cook.
I made a motion to adjourn.
Yeah. We got a second question. Everybody?
All in favor?
All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, raise your left hand. Motion carries.
Oh,
No, let's keep on going. Workaholic, take a big pause, right?